Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are in my car, super casual. I have literally no makeup on and my hair is still wet from the shower, so we're keeping today's video low-key. But basically I decided that I wanted to talk about why I chose USC and like what influenced my decision, because I feel like it's like kind of interesting to hear other people's perspectives on like why they chose the college that they did. And I've gotten a couple questions on like why exactly I chose it, so I thought I would just sit in my car and just do a chatty video on basically like what influenced me to pick the college that I did. So if you guys like these casual types of videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up and I'll do more of them in the future. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm posting every single day this month. So I wanted to start off with like a little bit of like background information and like my high school experience kind of, because that kind of influenced it a lot. Basically throughout high school I was like an average student, and then like my grades were okay, my GPA was like average, I guess, like it was fine. Then junior year of high school my mental health really took a toll for the worst, and I ended up failing my entire spring semester of classes. So I basically like dropped out of high school. That obviously took a big toll on my GPA. I decided to continue on through high school. I went back my senior year and somehow I was able to graduate early, but I was just able to graduate early and then walk with my class like when everyone else graduated like that spring. So I only went for my senior year for the fall semester and I just worked the spring semester. So somehow I was able to do that even with like failing a bunch of classes. I don't really understand either. I just wanted to put that out there because my high school GPA was not the best and I don't know how I even like got into USC, honestly. I wanted to say that so that you have like a little background information on like why my GPA wasn't that good. And also my test scores really weren't that good either. Like they were okay, but like really not the best for like applying to colleges. Like honestly it's kind of embarrassing. But all throughout high school my dream school was College of Charleston, just because I really like Charleston and I like how the campus was set up. It was like in the middle of downtown Charleston, so I really liked that. I applied to like I think 12 schools, and I applied to schools like all across the country. Like I applied to schools in Colorado, I applied to the University of Washington, and then I applied to a bunch in South Carolina. I didn't end up applying to Clemson just because it's so close to my house and I knew I wasn't gonna like it, so I didn't even bother and I wouldn't have gotten in there anyway. Biggest schools for me in South Carolina were USC and College of Charleston, and I really had my mind set on going to College of Charleston. First college decision that I had gotten back was the University of Colorado in Denver, and like I really thought I was gonna go to school there because my aunt lives in Colorado Springs, so I was like that's perfect. I want to be in Colorado anyway, so I'll go to UC Denver and like it'll be fine. I think I got that back in like maybe early December of 2016. Yeah, this is like really long ago because I'm a senior in college now, so it's been a while. The next college decision that I got was USC, and I was not expecting to get in there at all. Like I was actually shocked when I got in, and like I wasn't like bridged into USC or anything. Like I somehow got in like all the way. Like I don't know what you would say, but yeah, I got into USC. So that was my like second big college decision, and I was like, oh shoot, okay. And then I think it was in like maybe March or something, I think I'd gotten waitlisted from College of Charleston first, and then I was like, what the heck? Because College of Charleston's acceptance rate is way higher than USC's, and USC is like a university, and College of Charleston is just like a college. So I was like really confused. I was like, okay. Actually March, when I had found out from College of Charleston that I had been bridged, so like if I wanted to go to College of Charleston I could go to Trident Tech, which is like their tech school there, for I think it was a year, and then I could like transfer over to College of Charleston. And I was like, why would I do that if I'm already in USC? So then it was really between UC Denver and USC. In December of 2016, when I found out that I'd gone into USC, I had never been to Columbia or the actual campus of USC. Like, I literally knew nothing about it. I just knew that it was in South Carolina and it was a university, and it was like a decent university. It was like pretty much like you have Clemson or you have like USC. Like, those were like the big universities that I knew of, at least. Me, my mom, and my grandmother drove down one day at like the beginning of December, and we just like walked around the campus ourselves. Like, we didn't do an official tour or anything. And I'm not even kidding you guys, I literally knew as soon as I stepped foot on campus, I was like, I think this is it. Like, I think I'm gonna go here. Just because campus was so pretty, especially like, it was December and it was like 70 degrees, so I was like, this weather's like kind of nice. So then I pretty much knew from that moment on. But then later that month in December, I go to Colorado every year to visit my aunt and spend Christmas with them. So we went to Denver for the day, and we walked around UC Denver, which if you've been to UC Denver, you know it's just like in the city of Denver. Like, it's all spread out. And I just knew right off the bat, it was snowing first of all, and I was like, sis, I'm really not trying to deal with the snow. So then I pretty much knew right off the bat that I didn't want to be there, especially with it being in a large city. Like, I just wasn't ready for that. So I pretty much knew I was going to USC as soon as like I had visited UC Denver, and I was like, no, I don't like snowing like that. And I didn't like how it was in a large city. Like, I just felt really like anxiety filled and anxious and like nervous, and I was like, I don't think I will be able to navigate myself around this campus, honestly. Like, I love Colorado with my entire heart, but it also just made more sense for me to stay in state because I got so much money for being an in-state student, for being a first generation college student, and for like having a single mom. I got like really good scholarships through USC, so that was another reason why I chose to actually attend USC. I feel like the biggest like pull for me though was it had pretty much everything that I was looking for. So like the thing with College of Charleston, I was like, yeah, they don't have a football team, but I can always just go to USC if I want a football team, you know what I mean? But then when I found out I had gotten bridged to College of Charleston, I was like, okay, no. And then USC has the football team that I wanted. It is a far enough distance away from my hometown where I feel like I'm still independent, but if I ever need to go home, like quickly, I can. It's only an hour and a half away from Greenville, so I felt like I had like a fair distance between my hometown and like my college. The campus is stunning. Like, walking through the horseshoe and everything, I just knew. Just because it was so pretty, and I was just like, honestly, like, just like captivated. Just when you get that feeling, like, you'll just know. Like, I know that's so annoying to hear that, but it's just true. Campus was really easy to navigate. Everything is like right there. It's like within 20 minutes walking. When I did the official tour, it was actually really cool to get more like knowledge about the campus and like what each of the buildings were and stuff like that. I basically knew as soon as I visited that I was gonna go there. And then what made me stay, I guess I can talk about that. My freshman year was literally the best year of my entire life. I don't even know how to put that into words. It was just so much fun. If you've seen like everything you need to know about USC or like USC pros and cons, that pretty much explains like why I wanted USC and like why I've stayed for so long and like why I love talking about it. Just because, I don't know, I've just had the best experience there. And I really cannot imagine my life like anywhere else, you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine my undergrad experience being anywhere else. I don't know if that was helpful at all, but I've gotten some questions about like why I decided to pick USC, because some people were like conflicted, and I totally get that. I was conflicted at first too, but then once I got to campus and I realized how nice it was, and it's, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it is a college town, obviously, because USC is like all there is to do in Columbia. That's like the big draw of Columbia, is the University of South Carolina. But also, if you don't want to feel like you're suffocating in a college town, you drive like 10 minutes and you're in the like downtown Columbia, and it feels like you're in like a mini version of New York City, you know what I mean? Like, you just have both aspects of college, which like I really wanted. Like, I obviously wanted to go to college in a city because I didn't want to be in the middle of nowhere. I always wanted to have an activity or like something to do, because I get bored very easily, and I figured if I was like in just a college town, like I would just be so bored. Like, I needed like real people, like, you know what I mean? I needed like people other than college students to see. So that's why I really liked USC too, because you have the college town part of Columbia, but then you also have like the city part of Columbia, and you also have like the suburbs right there too. So I don't know. There were a lot of factors going into my decision, but mainly it was because the campus was beautiful. It was a good enough distance from my hometown. It had the football aspect that I really wanted. The financial aid was incredible, and I seriously don't think I would have been able to attend college if I hadn't gotten that much financial aid. So that was the like biggest factor in it. And then also like my family just supporting my decision really helped. Like no one in my family has been to college. They really wanted me to go to a big university and to like get the whole college experience, which I wanted that for myself too. Like I wanted to be able to join a sorority if I wanted to. I wanted to be able to go to the big football games like I've talked about. And I don't know. When I was like first looking at schools, like USC was like kind of underrated. Like no one really talked about it. And no one especially talked about like the football games or like the frat lots or like any of that stuff. Like I had literally no idea. Like now that's like what USC is known for, is like known for like how great their football games and tailgating is. So I kind of wish I would have known that going into it. But that's why I'm here making these videos. That's why I'm making them, so that you guys can know the stuff that I wish I would have known. USC is a great school. I love it. I don't picture myself anywhere else. I'm glad that I chose the school that I chose. It had the major that I wanted. When I first went into USC, I was a nursing major, so that was a big pull too, because I was like, their nursing program is incredible, but obviously I'm not nursing anymore. And if you guys want like a video on why I changed my major, let me know and I'll do it. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know, there was just a bunch of different factors that went into it. So I mean, I named the most important ones and the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, I hope this video was somewhat helpful for the people that have asked me why I chose USC, and the people that are conflicted. I hope this helped you guys out a little bit at least. Sorry I look like a mess. We're just gonna ignore it and I'll look better in the next video, maybe. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Bye!